I heard this many years ago when I was beginning teacher, and I still agree with it. I think the teaching profession is a very steep learning curve. So a lot of things that we have to pick up, at least in our first year on our own, when we handle a classroom on our own, I think those challenges remain. Becoming good at content mastery, I think that remains a challenge. But beyond content mastery, it's also how we can now teach differently, not just because knowledge is everywhere. You can get knowledge from the internet. You don't really need a teacher to deliver the knowledge, but what the application of the knowledge, the ways to assess the knowledge, the ways to decide if the knowledge is credible or not. I think those are the challenges which I feel teachers face today. Some of the other challenges, I think, as a beginning teacher, I think will also be managing parents. I think depending on the kind of parents you get, some parents can be quite demanding. So I think parent engagement is also a challenge for beginning teachers. And I think you cannot just do this job hoping to come in, teach, mark the books and go out. I think it requires you to invest a little of yourself. I mean, at least a little of yourself, or invest yourself into the lives of the children you teach. And perhaps it depends also. I think the challenge for a beginning teacher would be what exactly people enter the teaching profession for. So if it's just to earn a paycheck, then this, I'm not sure whether the rewards and the amount that is required from you is sufficient to help you continue in this job for a long time.
Other than teaching and learning, of course, you have to realize now we cannot resist, or we cannot prevent, or we cannot avoid parents coming in. Parents are important. This is where we talk about parents' engagement. You need parents support. You need parents. When I say parents support, it's not about expecting parents to go through the students' homework. It's for parents just to provide that conducive environment. Whatever maybe you teach about values, you can share with the parents. Then after that, maybe the parent can follow up what the child is doing. Parents also giving encouragement at home, so that the child sees consistency in terms of what is done. Next thing, most importantly, is being able to work with colleagues, right? You cannot be working in silo. You need help. You need to be able to ask people for help. Them being able to work well with the colleagues, the mentors, and so on, so that they can learn fast. Other than that, there will be CCAs, committee work. So one main challenge is to be able to self-manage themselves in terms of how do they spread their time in terms of teaching and learning and the other things that they are supposed to do.
The teaching fraternity has to adopt and adapt. We have to see when problem arises from this kind of family, we have to see how best to approach them. Now we do not, last time we just complain to the parents, and then we assume they will take things over from us. But now I can see that parents are now putting more of the role, everything more the responsibility to the teacher. So they assume the teacher to be in charge of everything, to take care of the child's need in school, to make sure the kids learn in school, that kind of thing. So because of this, we need to cater how we educate the pupils. Try to meet the needs of the kids. For example, we have extra classes to teach them, to have pupils who are latchkey children. Okay, so they have extra classes and after school, and we have even now you can see the school, they have student care to take care of the children. So we're actually trying to adapt all these different changes in the family.
As a beginning teacher, was basically how to handle real children and how to handle parents and how to handle other teachers, because these are all the various stakeholders in the education fraternity. In NIE, we only study the theory, development of children, cognitively, socially, emotionally. But when you're thrown in a school, you actually meet the real people, and you're dealing with living human beings that have different needs, and they are of very different, very diverse background, whether it's cultural, whether it's ethnicity or nationality even. But increasing number of special needs children, and this poses as a huge challenge for them. Another challenge would be to cope with the workload, because if you were to ask me what's the job of a teacher, I think it's not just teaching alone. So they must be able to balance the different roles. That is a huge challenge.